Historical context. So, historically, Europe has been one of the most developed regions in the world, and that's shown in this map here. The darker the color of a place, the higher the human development index is there. And in Europe is darker in color than Central America, South America, Africa, and Asia, showing that it was more developed than those places in 1900. And today, Europe is still more developed than those places, and there are a few reasons why. Um, Two of them are colonialism and the Industrial Revolution. So, at some point in time, Europe has had some form of control or influence over almost every country in the world. And so, Europe having so much control and power has really helped them to develop. And it didn't really help the countries who they had power over develop as much. In addition, the Industrial Revolution didn't take place all over the world. It only really took place in the US and Europe, and so it benefited those places the most and again allowed Europe to develop more. So, in more developed places, there are usually higher standards of living, better health care, better sanitation, and many more factors that contribute to people living longer. And so, since Europe has been and still is one of the most developed regions in the world, it has also had one of the highest life expectancies. So from 1770 until now, Europe has been either has had either the highest or the second highest life expectancy worldwide. In addition, in more developed places, there are lower rates of child mortality, and also children tend to become more of an economic drain or an economic burden. And so, because of this, in more developed countries, people have less children. And so, Europe, shown here, has in 1900 had a lower total fertility rate than a lot of other places all over the world. So, Europe having less children and also people in Europe living longer increased the average age there and allowed Europe to have one of the highest average ages. So from 1950 until now, and even before then, Europe has had one of the highest average ages, which has contributed to it aging. So secondly, there was a baby boom after the Second World War, and so this baby boom took place from 1956 to 1968, and at the peak, the total fertility rate was 2.66. So the replacement total fertility rate is only 2.1, which is the fertility rate needed to keep the population the same. So during this baby boom, the population was increasing a lot. And this baby boom was caused by economic prosperity and also a heightened sense of security. And it was also caused by gender inequality. So during this time, it was really hard for women to get work. And so instead of working, they usually got married and had a lot of children. And so this baby boom has led to Germany having a big population around their 60s today. And having a large population in their 60s increases the median age of a population, and it also only contributes to the aging of a population.
Okay, so why does Germany have an aging population? This is for three reasons. The first being the longer life expectancy. Germany is ranked at 27th for life expectancy and currently increasing. The life expectancy in Germany is 84 years for women and 79 years for men, which is above the worldwide average for 75 years for women and 70 years for men. Why is Germany's life expectancy longer? This is for one of two reasons. The first being healthcare. In the image shown, it shows the Healthcare Access and Quality Index or health or HAQ index, which is scored out of 100. As you can see, Germany is a purple country, which means it has a HAQ index score of 86.3 or higher. This shows Germany has one of the best healthcare services in the world, which is provides equal health care to all citizens and helps have better health and overall well-being for all their citizens, causing a longer life expectancy. The second reason for this high life expectancy is the education and employment rates. In Germany, 87% of 25 to 64-year-olds have completed upper secondary education, which helps provide improving job quality and higher earning potential. 75% of 15 to 64-year-olds have a paid job, which is an important factor in life expectancy. In the image shown, employment percentage rates of graduates across Europe can show that Germany is the third highest in Europe, only behind Malta and Iceland, with a 90.1 employment percentage rate of all their graduates. The second reason for an aging population is a low total fertility rate. As you can see, in Germany, the total fertility rate is between 1.5 and 1.6 children born per woman. The reasons for this low total fertility rate is longer/more education. Women in Germany decide to first finish studies, second look for a job, third have financial stability, and then fourth decide to plan to have children. People wait until they finish their school and find a job before having children. Better educated women have children later and have less children. German women have their first child when they turn approximately 30. That is the oldest age in Europe, only behind Italy. Women in Germany, or 1/5 of women of 45 to 50-year-old women, have no children because they are mainly academics who chose to invest their time in their career. A second reason for this low total fertility rate is the cost of children. Many people feel that they can't afford children, and 1/4 of German families with at least 3 children have trouble making ends meet. Germany, having one of the lowest total fertility rates, decreases the amount of younger people there and causes an aging population. The third reason for an aging population in Germany is emigration. Europe Union's free movement of certain countries allows citizens of those certain European countries to look for a job in other European countries, work without a permit, reside there, and stay there even after their employment has finished. Because of this free movement, many young people can easily leave Germany for other countries with higher paying jobs. In 2008, more people emigrated from Germany than people who immigrated to Germany. This increases population aging because the amount of younger people is decreasing. People living longer, having less children, and younger people leaving Germany all contribute to its aging population.
The effects of pro-natalist policies. There are 3 effects. First being the total fertility rate in Germany. Germany's total fertility rate is increasing. German women are having more children than women in Mediterranean countries like Greece, Italy, and Spain. From 2010 to 2020, the total fertility rate has gone from 1.39 to 1.596 births per woman. In the graph, it shows that Italy's total fertility rate has decreased to about 1.3 births per woman. In 2015, Germany's total fertility rate hit a 33-year high and is still increasing. Parents were offered 2/3 of their income for 1 year while caring for the child. This is still below the replacement fertility rate, but is a very big difference. The second effect of pro-natalist policies is the slowing growth of median age. This graph shows Germany's average age of the population from 1950 to 2050, the median age in years. The median age of Germany is not decreasing, but increasing very gradually. The median age is still climbing and is projected to grow, but is projected to grow slower than it has been growing. The German population is still aging, but at a slower rate. The median age in 2020 was 45.7 and shows to expect to grow to 49.2 in 2050. The third effect of pro-natalist policies is the rising youth dependency ratio. The youth dependency ratio is the ratio of the youth population ages 0 to 14 divided by the working ages 15 to 64. Germany's youth dependency ratio is about 21.7 and rising. Because of the higher youth dependency ratio, Germany needs to invest more in youth services like schooling and child care. A high dependency ratio is likely to reduce productivity growth. A growth in the productive population will diminish productive capacity and could lead to a lower long-run trend rate of economic growth. The rising dependency ratio in Germany could impact negatively on future growth, savings, consumptions, and taxation. The effects, the slowing growth of median age and rising youth dependency ratio are also effects of total fertility rate.
Okay, so why is this research topic important? Here are our final thoughts. It is important not only to the residents of Germany, but also the rest of the world, because throughout this research, we can see the current effects and long-term effects that this is having on Germany. The research topic helps us understand the current situation Germany is going through from a deeper perspective rather than just one reason. And although we've seen some progress made with these policies, the median age is still increasing. That being said, here are our predictions in the long run. We predict that in the long run, the median age of Germany will continue to increase, and due to this, as Germany ages, the workforce will become smaller, putting a strain on the economy, and more than likely, we will see a decline in economic growth. Germany still has a lot more that needs to be done before they can solve this problem.